It's a great Tuesday morning today on STV, and this is Fela Durotoye, your business doctor, on Business Clinic with Fela Durotoye. And it's just amazing the kind of responses that we've been getting to all the recent issues that we're dealing with. We're on a mandate and a mission to break the back of poverty, and one person at a time, starting with you. I mean, we're going to be able to fix Nigeria and fix Africa one person at a time, because really we are tired of the world's most blessed continent having the poorest people. If you're not tired, I am tired, and we've got to do something about it. This is what we are here to do today. I'm going to be teaching you over the next few weeks, as I promised you, on a series called The Road to Fortune. My primary objective is breaking the back of this poverty. Let's break the poverty cycle, okay? And so many people have been calling and just sending me text messages to say, look, the poverty issue is so heavy. I didn't know how poor I was until I started to take a look at all my salaries and my expenditure. And many people have found out that they spend less than 40% of their income on themselves and their immediate family. 60% of it goes on several other people who should have the capacity to generate their own income, but then everybody is a burden onto somebody else. So we have in Africa 9 poor people amongst, and then 1 rich man amongst them. So everybody is poor. But we've got to change this thing, and that is what this thing is about. Remember, you need to call everybody that constantly collects money from you. They need to sit down with this series, even as we go along. Tell you something that was very interesting. In 2008, January Forbes magazine, you can go check it out yourself. There was an analysis that was done and it showed Bill Gates, the net wealth of this gentleman called Bill Gates, who I'm sure you know very well, and his net wealth was valued at $53 billion. This was as at 2006. But the thing that brought tears to my eyes the day I saw that magazine was that they now wrote that this one man generates or has generated enough value which is commensurate to or equal to the gross domestic product of 11 African countries. 11 African countries with 226 million people. So one man's contribution to the earth is the summation of 226 million other people. How does things like this happen? Very simple. It happens on one principle. And when you hear it, it might seem so simple that you want to discard it. That the value that you will command in life is going to be tied to the vacuum that you feel. You see, Bill Gates is feeling a vacuum in helping most people to organize their work life through computers and most people to organize their home life. So there's hardly any computers or ICT that you will see that is, probably 1 out of every 2 has Microsoft product on it. And because he's helping so many people, they are rewarding him. Remember what I said to you last week. Value creation will always get rewarded with wealth. It is possible that you can create wealth but not create value. Corruption can do that for you. You can stand on the road and collect money from every bus that goes by because you have a gun. But that doesn't create value. You can stand by and say, if every container that is passing through this place, if it doesn't give me something, it's going into demurrage. That doesn't create value. You can say that if somebody doesn't pay you for the work that you're already collecting a salary for, that you will not do the work. You can collect the wealth, but it will not create value. But if you create value, you will get rewarded with wealth. And as you learn how to manage wealth, then you become to prosper. Now, the important thing is making sure that all our people, listen, the more we prosper, the better our economy is. I'm sure you know that. And the better our economy is, the more we're able to pay taxes, the more we're able to get people who are going to do things that are developmental to our nation. And of course, the more that our nation gets better. So we must prosper for your sake, for the sake of your children. Now, I shared with you 14 key areas that you can prosper. And then I'll take you through the road to fortune. I said number 1 is feeding. Number 2 is shelter. Number 3 is clothing. Number 4 is relationship. Write these things down. Number 5 is health. Number 6 is transportation. And I said transportation, you have road, you have rail, you have air, and you have sea. Number 7 is communication. I said you have ICT, information communication technology. You have telecoms. And then you have even postal and delivery services. Those are other forms of communication. Number 8 is education. Huge business. The United Kingdom economy, it grows by 80 billion pounds just by foreign students alone every year. 80 billion pounds. 9 is finance. 10 is leisure and entertainment. That's where you have sports. That's where you have media. That's where you have Nollywood. That's where you have, it is a huge business area. Okay, music. Safety and security. That's where you have, all the safety security companies that we have. Now imagine something. 150 million people. All of them need some form of what you call supplementary security. Now, some companies have been able to identify that if I can put a security guard in with each company, and do you know how much those guys are making? Do you know what can happen if you started that business? Then, of course, there is value system, which is what you get in mosques, in churches, in, even within the school system. Then there's productivity, and I'm going to come to all of these things, and power and energy. What I shared with you last week was that you would also be able to find one of these 7 areas that you can, once you have found your area, your own sphere of contribution, your own sphere of value creation, then you can say, listen, specifically, I want to be involved with raw material production, or I want to be involved with processing, or I want to be involved with packaging, or I want to be involved with distribution, or I want to be involved with marketing, or I want to be involved with sales, or even with what you call regulation and governance. Now, so let's quickly take this back. The road to fortune starts with you identifying, number 1, where is my natural habitat? Where is that place that I naturally am wired to excel? You can tell Fela Durotoye's own is communicating and talking, teaching the values. You must know where yours is. And one of the ways you can quickly find out is, what do you do naturally well? What do people come and meet you naturally? What do they come and meet you for most of the time? What kind of solutions do people come to you for? Another interesting one is, who is doing something closest to your dreams? Who is doing something? Ask the people who are taking money from you these questions. Another one is, if you could succeed at anything in life, I know, yes, you would like to make ₦1 million and $1 million. What would you enjoy doing and make $1 million? In other words, what can you do for fun and still earn money? What is it that you will do that will not be too much work? Another one that you have to do quickly, what is it that you do that freezes time? If you were to win an award in any of the things that you can do in life, let us imagine the award has already been written for you, award for certificate for excellence. What will they say that they gave you the certificate for excellence for? This is going to be the first of the series, finding out what your natural habitat is. Go and look at those 14 areas and look at which area amongst the 7 spheres of those areas, which one you want to be a master in. I need you to get that before next week, because when I come back next week, we're going to take it to how do we find the problem and how do we package a product to deliver that problem. God bless you. I know that we're going to break this poverty, the back of this poverty cycle, and it will be you that will do it first. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Fela Durotoye once again. God bless you.